Yo, yo, yo. What's up? What's up? Boy, you don't know. Shreffler in the building. Don't know. Respect to all my people out there. Salute. Yeah, man. So, yeah, about to just get this vlog started, just get this video started and everything, get this YouTube channel, pumping and moving. And we have so many things to discuss. Bruh, it's just the first of many, many videos. And yeah, we don't have any fancy background and all that kind of thing. But we going to really start to talk about a lot of things. And bruh, you know already, if you're new here, you know already, like, subscribe. I'm telling you, we're gonna talk about so many things that really need to be spoken about, man. Yeah, man. So if you're ready, we're ready. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, man. Yes, I. Yeah, what's up? What's up? Yeah, man. So you know how it is, bro. So I just want to start off, by saying, unequivocally, I am a Christian. I serve the Lord Jesus Christ, and that's who saved me. That's who brought me from so much, man. I mean, we're gonna get into that later on and everything, but yo, I represent Jesus. And yeah, man, it's all about a biblical vibe. It's all about life. It's all about being honest and transparent on this channel. So guys, yeah, man, first thing I just want to speak about today is, yeah, why Jesus? Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. Why Jesus? That's the first topic that I want to speak on. Yeah, man. This is a new thing. You know how it is, man. So, yeah, just get straight into it and tell you, for me personally, why Jesus? To be honest with you all guys, and I mean, I can't get into depth and everything, but I'll just give you, like a quick, some. So, just get why. And you'll understand why it's Jesus for me. So, I used to be, I grew up in a single parent home. You check, like, my mom was the one that I grew up with, basically. I had little, stints with my dad. It's not like I never saw him, because I know who he is and everything. And I grew up with my mom and everything, and she was there for me. She did her best with me, but there was just something in me that was just longing and craving for my dad in my life, for me to be with my dad. And I just wanted my dad. I wanted the attention of my dad. I wanted to focus, on or do things, I say focus, but do things with my dad. You check it, that, I just felt were necessary, were needed. And growing up, my mom and my dad, they were married, actually. I just want to say that, they were married. And but it was from what I could understand, from the time I could have understood everything, for me, it was not a successful marriage. You understand? There was a lot of back and forth. There was a lot of cheating involved. There was a lot of lying. It was just not a happy marriage, I would say. But it's not really, I'm not really delving into that right now. But I grew up, and that craving, that longing for dad and everything, I actually went on the streets. I didn't, and like when I say went on the streets, I was like with the boys, on the block and everything. And I felt like those guys were my father, though they were my role models. I didn't have any man in the house to show me, what it is to be a man, what it is to love a woman, what it is to, like, nothing really. And even the little bit that I got from my dad when he was in the house, it was like, it wasn't something that was good, you understand? And so there was nothing to really take away, if I would say. But at the same time, even though in negative situations, at least you know what not to do, you understand? So there was still something to take away. But what I'm saying is, I didn't get that positive vibe, that positive feedback, that positive, be a man, be it, teach me to do this, teach me to do that, with my dad. Anyways, I went on. I remember going on the streets and following the boys, on the block and everything, which they were not totally bad people, I must say, but you check, they were not kingdom centered. Well, I say kingdom centered now, because of where I am now. But at the time, you check it out, they didn't know Jesus. They were not it wasn't a God-centered thing, you know. So there were a lot of blunders along the way. So I started to do a lot of things like drink, and I remember even trying to, some part of my life, you know, I just wanted to be known. I wanted the guys to see me because, you know, I always was the little sainty guy where, you know, I don't have this girl and I'm not with that girl and I'm not with this girl. Like I never felt that sort of thing like attractive. However, you know, I came to a point where I now, you know, started to feel like, you know what, boy, all the guys talking about girlfriend and what they're doing and all that kind of stuff, you know, so it's time for me now to get my girl, bro. You check. It's time for me to now step up in the ranks, bro. That's how I felt. You check it. And so, you know, so it began. You know, I had my first little fling or whatever you want to call it. I call it a girlfriend at the time, but you know, little fling and stuff. And you know, like, yeah, man, I mean, that happened, and then another one happened, and then another one happened, and but you see, none of those things fulfilled me. Sometimes, you know, I'd go out with my friends, and you know, I got introduced to pornography when, you know, I would go by some friends, you check it, and I got introduced to a lot of sexual acts, you check it, like that was just not what, you know, was God's plan and purpose, you know, for sex and for our lives and everything. But you know, that's the trend that I followed. I went to school, and you know, I mean, I was going to school and everything, and I didn't care about school, I didn't care about life, I didn't care about anything. There were times when I actually had suicidal thoughts, you know, and I mean, I just didn't care about anything, guys. But you know what happened? Like, there was a time when I actually smoked weed and stuff like that. And I said I would never smoke weed in my life, bro. Because I saw, you know, how, you know, certain people would say weed and, you know, what that would do to some people, and then, you know, all them kind of thing. And then so I said I'd never smoke weed. But, you know, the people I was around and everything, which I told you, not bad people, but then I started to want to be cool like them. I want to be like them, you check it, and fit in and everything, you know, not understanding purpose, not understanding lineage, not understanding life, not understanding any of that sort of stuff, you know. And then I remember smoking weed, and there was a time when I mean, boy, trust me, I started smoking the weed, everything was fine, everything was cool. I mean, I did it a couple times, you check it up, not even many times, like probably about once, twice or something like that, and nothing happened, you know. But on the third time, I think, you know, I don't know what happened. People sometimes tell me, well, the weed was probably laced with something or whatever, this, that. But I remember the whole time when I took that weed and everything, bro, and I started to hallucinate, bro. And I'm not talking about small hallucination. I mean, I'm talking about, you know, seeing lights turn different colors in front of me, and doing everything, trying to drink water, trying to drink milk. I just wanted to get out of that place where I was, and I started to hallucinate. And, you know, there was this little hill I had to go down, like a little hill I normally go down. But then when I was about to go down that same hill, I felt like it was a precipice, bro. Like a precipice. You check me? Like, and there was this one time when I was going home, I still made it, you know, I still walked home because, I mean, all my panic and fear, you know, and all of that started to just come over me and everything, because I didn't understand the feeling. I had never been high like that in my life. And so, you know, I remember one of my friends, you know, he was my best friend at the time, you check it. I had to call him because there was, Jah knows there was a little pothole in the road, like something I could just step over. Boy, when I look at that pothole, I call my friend, I say, bruh, you check it. Garson Cyrus, that was his name and everything. So I call my partner and I tell him, bro, you know what, Garson, you have this. I'm trying to go home right now, and there's one crater in the road I can't pass, and I need you to come and help me pass that, please. Bruh, trust me, it might be funny, but I tell you, at the time it wasn't funny. Now I can laugh at it, you understand? And then I remember going home and then feeling like the sofa was just, you know, taking over my whole body, like I was just sinking into the chair and everything, bro. Trust me. And then I saw this huge rat running in the house, bro. And then, like, when I saw the huge rat run, I saw the huge rat run, and I saw the huge rat like run up my pants, bro, my pants leg, and I had to move my pants, and then I'm looking for rat everywhere. I felt like I caught the rat, you know. You know, I can speak about it now. I felt like I caught the rat and everything. I see the rat run up my pants, and when I move my pants, I see no rat, bro. It was just a nightmare, I would say, worse than a nightmare. You check it, because that was actually happening to me. You know, although, you know, when it comes to nightmares, you check it. Anyways, but yeah, man, it was just bad. And then I mean, for a couple months in, you know, I was still affected by that whole weed thing. You know, when I smoked that weed, there were times when I even asked myself, boy, you think you're living, you think you're not dead, and you know your friends there, and they feel, you know, you feel like they're talking to you and everything, but you're really dead and everything. Trust me, it was that bad for months. But anyways, you check it, like, I started to feel much better, because I remember I didn't even know God yet, and I remember, you know, saying to God, like, if you get me out of that situation, you know, I will never ever do that again. And that was around the first time when it happened. You check it, like, when it happened, the night when I got home, I was just like, God, if you get me out of this right here, you check it. But anyways, you know, I went, and then I remember going into a church a day after that. You check it, long after that, going into a church, and then I went inside the church and everything. And then I remember, you know, just being fed up with life, you know, kind of, you know, in a place of, you know, like, I didn't know. It was just a confusing place for me, being fed up with life, not knowing what to do. And I felt like the only person, and I heard people talk about Jesus and everything, even though I said God the first initially and everything, you know, I still wasn't in that place yet, with Jesus and understanding kingdom and kingdom ways and everything. And I remember, you know, being in a church, and then the pastor calling that night, you know, and I used to sing with my friends and everything. You know, because I was actually in a singing group, you know, called Level 4. And then I remember being in the church and everything, and probably I could go into those things in a little depth and everything, but I just want to just touch a little on the question, why Jesus? I went into a church, and I remember the pastor preaching on Jesus and everything, and then he said, whoever wants to accept Christ in their heart, you know, if you believe, you know, come up to the altar, and you could pray with us. And I went up to the altar, and I remember the pastor was saying, follow him, you know, like, pray after him. But for me, at that point, I was so fed up. I was like, you know what, bro, I ain't even following nothing. Like, Jesus, if you real, you know, like, I'm not hearing anything any other person saying right now. Like, Jesus, if you are real, as this pastor is saying you are, as men are saying you are, please just come into my heart, save me, change me, make me a better person, just transform my life, make me a different person. I need you. And I remember in that same moment, guys, when I did that, trust me, like, nobody can tell me about my experience, but my experience that night, the Lord, I know, did something. A change was made in me. I felt like something left and something came in. You understand? And for me, I believe it is the Spirit of God. I believe it is the transformation of God. I believe it is the loving kindness and power of God that hit me that night. And the Holy Spirit, I believe, came into me. I believe the Spirit of God transformed my life that night. And ever since that day, guys, it has not been the same. I am telling you, I have not been the same. I have not been perfect. Life has not been perfect. I've had a lot of ups and downs. I mean, I've had a lot of blunders. I've had a lot of challenges and things, many challenges. You understand? But life has not been the same. It has been much better for me, and God has kept me until now, and He will keep me forever. And I know, and this is a new thing that I'm starting, and this is why I say Jesus. This is why Jesus. Okay, so anyways, I hope you'll enjoy this short video and everything. We have so many things to delve into, to touch on and everything. And you know, yeah, the way I see it is, you know, none of us have it all together. We're not perfect, and we're just learning through, and we're just sifting through, and we just, you know, but all in all, to make ourselves much better, you know, people, much better Christians, much better, you know, and more effective in this world, you know, in a positive sense of the word, in a positive light. So anyways, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this little, you know, something about me, why Jesus. And you know, already we're going to be delving into some more videos. Stay tuned. You know, already, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you feel like, you know what, bro, yeah, man, we could vibe a bit. Like I tell you, this channel is all about transparency. It's all about honesty, and that's what we're seeking right here, to grow together. So you don't know, Shreffler, peace out. And like I always say, respect, salute. Yes, sir.